All you have to do is open your eyes and look at the world around you and trust your heart and trust your soul. Just look at all the people out there who do their jobs every day and deeply care about others. Take the moments that we've been given, the good ones and the tough ones. And it's in the middle of all that. That's where God lives. I sometimes am appalled at what we've done as a church to the beauty and simplicity of religion. We've made a lot of rules, foisted a lot of beliefs on people, and somehow the simplicity and joy of religion can easily get lost. Religion should be as natural as the air we breathe. It should be as much fun as dancing in the rain. It should be as comforting as a warm blanket on a Sunday night. Religion should be that simple. So I had a memorial service yesterday for Nancy's husband, Bill, who was I'm not sure, good or not so good Irish Catholic. But it was Catholic in here. And I don't know what it is about guys that don't go to church. And you know a lot of those kind of guys. And you have a memorial service for these guys that don't go to church, and the house is packed. And you go, where do these people come from? Why? It's because these guys that don't go to church a lot of times are really good guys. But their religion is a different kind of religion. It's kind of just in the way they live every day. Well, anyway, the deceased son-in-law or brother-in-law is the usher for communion. And so I invite people to come for communion. I said, everybody's welcome to come forward to receive the gifts. And he starts inviting people up, and nobody's coming. And he says, Don, I need a shovel. I want to just pick these people up and dump them in the rail and tell them that if they take communion in a Lutheran church, it ain't going to extend their term in purgatory. It's going to be okay. But gradually, people started to come. And you could see them come and enjoy sharing the gifts. And I'm thinking, I took courses on communion in seminary. Courses. There's books about what the Lord's Supper means. In the Bible, it takes up 3 verses. Jesus has a banquet. He invites the believers, and one by one, they have an excuse for not coming. They're too busy. They got this, they got that. And finally, Jesus just tells the disciples, go out in the streets, please. Go out in the highways and byways. Invite the lame and the people that are diseased, the people that don't count, the people that are on the other side of the tracks. Just invite them in to come to my banquet table. Because that's how open communion needs to be. That's what it's all about. Thursday nights are kind of fun. You ought to just come for a little different glimpse of religion. It's nice and short on Thursday nights. And I did a funeral a couple months ago for a relatively young guy whose life was checkered at best. And when he died, he left behind a lot of pain for his family. And Thursday night, his wife and daughter came to church. And Thursday nights is kind of an easy way to get back into religion. Well, after the service was over, the daughter and wife asked if they could talk for a few minutes. And the daughter's kind of emotional. She's only like 21 or 22. And she says, will my dad get to heaven? And I said, well, I hope so. Because if he don't get there, I ain't going there. But she said I said, that's not our call. There's a lot to worry about in life. Don't worry about that. And then she said, did you notice that I did not take communion? And I said, well, yeah, but that's your freedom. She said, well, I'll never be worthy enough to take communion. And I went, who teaches you this? I said, communion is not about being worthy. It's about being human. It's about being who you are. It's about being accepted when you don't think you deserve to be accepted. And then she said, how do I become a Lutheran? And I said, one more Thursday night and you're in. Don't worry about it. So, there's so much in the world that is complicated and harsh. The church does not have to be a part of that. We need to be a place of safety and joy and goodness and grace. And speaking of world peace, 4 times a year, there's a beauty salon that opens their doors for one evening to the clients from St. Coletta's. And Monday night, they're doing the same thing, where about 50 or 60 of the clients will come there, and the staff will donate their time. And for 2 years, I've been trying to pay the staff. I've been trying to give them gift cards, and they're as stubborn as I am. I'm stubborn about giving, and they're stubborn about not. The only thing they'll accept is an All Saints t-shirt, which is no big deal. And I wonder, these people that do this, what religion are they? Well, it doesn't matter. Because their style, what they do for a living, and how they use their time, that's all that matters. Then yesterday, we're in the gymnasium at Marist High School. Wow, packing the house to support our Up Syndrome buddies. And I don't like it, and I hope I don't. I don't like using somebody else's disability to somehow be inspired to be a better me. That's not fair. But inside that gym, it wasn't just the young kids who have disabilities who played basketball. It was their families. It was all the fans gathered. Every possible food group that got invented was in that gym, laughing and crying and applauding and basically celebrating. And I was just thinking, that's the human spirit that brings us together. Why would you ever look at that and be a terrorist? Or feel bad about how much or how little you have? Or get frustrated about your sump pump? Because there in that gym was the energy of the human spirit colliding and coming together. Tomorrow we'll celebrate the birthday of a man who years ago had a dream. And he said in that I Have a Dream speech that he dreams of the day that people will be judged not by the color of their skin or the religion they are in, but by the content of their character. I still have that dream. It gets a little wrinkled sometimes, gets a little tarnished. But I think of yesterday. I think of a beauty salon. I think of a young lady in my office. I think of a funeral yesterday morning. I look at you. I look at my son Quentin. I see all those kids in the gym. And I know that dream will never, ever, ever go away. Because just dreaming that dream has power. And in a couple hours, I'm going to pack up my little communion kit. Some people call it my exorcism kit, but no, it's my communion kit. And I'm going to head into Tinley Park. And I'm going to sit at a small table with a lady named Linda. I'm going to break a little piece of bread. And this week, Linda is going to find out whether or not her cancer's back, and she's afraid it's going to be. And she will know, in the breaking of that little piece of bread at a small table, that there's a whole community of people out there that share the same bread, and they drink the same wine, and they will forever walk that journey with her, and that will give her hope. Religion like that has absolutely no name, but it's spelled kindness. Amen.